So you talk about acidosis and the importance of proper hydration. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so as we come to learn, looking from a scientific model, our body's like a big chemistry lab going on all the time, a big petri dish. So our ideal pH is 7.365, and if your blood goes off of this by more than 0.2, you die. So obviously we're mostly made up of water, so water is a critical factor in our petri dish of getting everything balanced all the time. And if that petri dish is perfectly balanced, just like a pool, if a pool starts to have too high a pH, it starts to grow algae and all these weird things start to come in there, and it's out of balance. If it starts to go too low and into the acidic range, it starts to burn you. If you jump in the pool, it starts to burn your eyes and your skin. Well, it's the same thing in your body. It's got to be in perfect balance all the time. So with regards to water, drinking water, we should drink at least 2 to 4 liters of water a day. That's just for maintenance, because your body's giving off this much just in its processes. So as an example, if you drink a can of pop at 2.5 pH, and your ideal blood pH is supposed to be 7.365, what's happening? Just do the math. It's a huge imbalance in your chemistry. And it takes about 30 glasses of water to dilute that acid environment of 1 can of pop. So if you don't drink the 30 glasses of water, it's got to steal it from your body. That's why we get dehydrated, because the body's constantly trying to overcome this acidosis and flush out these acids all the time. And so drinking good, balanced alkaline water full of minerals is a critical factor. So if you don't have a controlling mechanism at your tap to filter water and to remineralize it, re-energize it, you have to do something else, because if you go out there in nature, it's hard to find good clean water anymore. Even our aquifers and our well systems, they're all tainted now because of the air pollution, the acid rains, and all these things that are happening. It's very challenging for us to get good water. And you can't rely on bottled water either, because it's not a restricted system. So you basically can take tap water and put it into a bottle and sell it as bottled water. And that's what most companies do. They might filter it a little bit and take out some of the chlorine, but that's what they've done to it. So again, it's critical that we not only get lots of water to our systems, but good quality water that's also pH balanced, or even higher than 7 or 8, because it has offset the depleted state we've had in our system. So you can add different minerals to it and help bring that up and help get those things back into your system. Another thing too about hydration and the importance of hemp, for instance, and protein. Our ability to take in water is directly related to our ability to utilize protein, because protein, the amino acids are part of every single function in our bodies. All movement is based on amino acids. So if the little flaps on our cells are not moving properly because it's too stuck and all crusty, it's too dried up and things like that and full of dirt, we can't hydrate properly. So the ability to have amino acids functioning properly also works our pumps in our bodies and moves things around. Even like our lymph system is all based on movement. Like our vascular system, our blood system has a pump, right? It moves things around, while your lymphatic system doesn't. So we need to actually have these flaps moving up and down all the time to keep moving stuff around, to move all the dirt out of our systems. So water is such a critical factor to move those things around too, right? And of course, good protein to help these flaps move properly. So people start experiencing things like issues with acid reflux because they're not getting enough protein. These things start to deteriorate and these flaps don't work anymore. That's all it is.
So the flap between your stomach and your esophagus, that's what...
Yeah, so people start eating hemp, and a few digestive enzymes, it gets fixed right away. My brother-in-law is a perfect example. He has a horrible diet. And finally, we talked him into trying some enzymes, and within a few hours he noticed a difference, because he was taking all these different things off the shelf for decreasing hydrochloric acid in the system, because he had an upset stomach all the time, right? Couldn't digest. All this blowback in his system. Well, it's because one of his valves is really ruined too. Well, after a few weeks, it was gone.